Welcome to our presentation on a smart home software system. We are Group 3. Today we will discuss how our system addresses the needs of our client, Sarah Jones, a nurse who faced a significant security challenge after her home was broken into. This is our client, Sarah Jones. Ms. Jones is a 30-year-old nurse living alone in a suburban neighborhood. With her demanding job at the local hospital, Sarah often works long and unpredictable hours. Recently, she experienced a traumatic event when her home was burglarized while she was at work. This incident heightened her sense of vulnerability and made her acutely aware of her need for a reliable home security solution. After the break-in, Sarah felt unsafe in her own home. The lack of an effective security system made her anxious about the safety of her belongings and herself. Additionally, her busy schedule left her with little time to manage her home security, highlighting the need for a system that allowed her to monitor and control her home remotely. Our solution. To address Sarah's security concerns and busy lifestyle, we designed a comprehensive smart home security system. Our solution includes features such as real-time monitoring through security cameras, motion sensors, and emergency alerts directly to her phone, as well as remote management of lights, door locks, and thermostat settings. This ensures that Sarah can check and manage her home even during her hectic work schedule. By implementing this system, we aim to empower Sarah with control over her home security, allowing her to feel safe and secure again. Criteria for success. Success for this project is defined by several key criteria. First, the system must be user-friendly, enabling Sarah to easily navigate its features without technical knowledge. Second, it should be reliable, maintaining uptime and consistency, especially during emergencies. Finally, it must provide timely alerts and notifications, ensuring that Sarah is always aware of any potential threats to her home. Throughout the project, we encountered several constraints that shaped our development process. Time was a significant factor as we aimed to deliver a working solution as quickly as possible to help Sarah feel secure again. We also faced technical constraints, such as compatibility with existing home devices. Additionally, budget limitations required us to prioritize essential features that would provide the most value to Sarah while staying within budget.
Introduction to system models. Now that we've introduced our client and her problem, as well as provided an overview of our solution, criteria for success, and the constraints of our project, let's transition to the different models we developed. Each model serves a unique purpose in helping us visualize and understand the functionalities of our smart home system. Let's dive into these models one by one. Here we see the use case model for our smart home security system. It outlines the primary interactions Sarah has within the system. Each interaction is designed to empower Sarah to maintain a secure and comfortable home even while she is busy at work. Here are the activity diagrams. This activity diagram displays the smart home system's ability to authenticate Sarah and manage her credentials. Having the ability to manage credentials should allow Sarah to feel more secure about the status of her smart home system. This activity diagram displays the actions that are taken while Sarah is arming or disarming the smart home system. Having control over the status of the smart home system should allow Sarah more control over the security of her home, as well as to have a greater peace of mind about the security of her household while she is at work. This activity diagram describes how the smart home system handles critical situations by contacting emergency services, Sarah, who is the homeowner, and triggering alarms. The smart home system, having the ability to detect emergencies and handle them by contacting emergency services or notifying Sarah, should allow her to feel better about the status of her home even while she is busy at work. This activity diagram describes the process for Sarah to manage the sensors within the smart home system. Sarah, having the ability to view and manage the sensors within the smart home system, should give her a greater feeling of control over the security of her home. This activity diagram shows the process that Sarah will use if she wants to create or update zones within the smart home system. This activity diagram shows the process to be used to interact with and view live feeds from the surveillance cameras. Having the ability to view the status of her home via surveillance cameras should give Sarah a feeling of security while she is busy with her hectic work schedule. This activity diagram shows how Sarah manages the individual camera settings through the smart home system. Having control over the settings of the surveillance cameras within her home should allow Sarah to feel better about the status of her home while she is busy away from it due to her schedule. This activity diagram shows how Sarah might create, edit, or delete surveillance zones within the smart home system. The ability to control surveillance zones within the smart home system should allow Sarah to have a better feeling about the security of her home while she is away due to her busy schedule.
On the left side, this activity diagram is for activating and deactivating surveillance zones in the smart home system. Interactions include selecting a surveillance zone to activate and deactivate, adjusting camera settings, updating the zone's status in the system, handling troubleshooting if the zone fails. These interactions provide us seamless control, allowing quick adjustments and real-time feedback. On the right side, this activity diagram outlines how the homeowner manually records live camera footage within the smart home system. Interactions include starting live footage recording, saving the footage through the system, receiving confirmation with options to view or delete, troubleshooting if recording fails. The system ensures secure encrypted storage, giving the homeowner full control over the recorded videos. On the left side, this activity diagram outlines how the homeowner controls lighting within the smart home system. Interactions include selecting light control options, turning lights on and off, scheduling automatic on and off times, sending adjustment commands, receiving confirmation of successful actions, troubleshooting unresponsive lights. The system offers full lighting control, integrates with security features, and ensures quick, reliable feedback. On the right side, this activity diagram outlines how the homeowner controls the thermostat in the smart home system. Interactions include selecting thermostat control, adjusting temperature settings, scheduling temperature changes, sending adjustment commands, receiving confirmation of changes, troubleshooting unresponsive thermostats. The system provides full climate control, allowing for comfort and energy efficiency. This activity diagram outlines how the homeowner controls door locks within the smart home system. Interactions include selecting door lock controls, locking and unlocking doors, scheduling automatic lock and unlock times, sending lock and unlock commands, receiving confirmation of actions, troubleshooting unresponsive locks, handling unauthorized access attempts. The system ensures efficient door security control and proactive protection, keeping the homeowner informed and secure. This is the system context class model, which illustrates associations between our actor Sarah, the system admin, physical classes, and the software system. Our physical classes include sensor, zone, camera, light, thermostat, door lock, alarm, keypad. This model highlights how our software system interacts with the physical classes to create a cohesive experience for Sarah, allowing her to easily manage her home security. This is a conceptual static model, which illustrates how our actor Sarah interacts specifically with the physical classes of our system. The interactions include viewing, changing, and resetting the sensors, creating, updating, arming, and disarming the zone, viewing, managing, and recording on the camera, turning on and off the light, setting the thermostat, locking and unlocking the door lock, arming and disarming the alarm keypad. This is a static model showing the entity classes in the system and the relationships between the entity classes in the system and stereotypes. Our entities include homeowner, smart home account, home logger, smart home, system settings, alarm settings, camera settings, light settings, thermostat settings. As you can see from this model, Sarah authenticates against the smart home account as the smart home account modifies the smart home system settings. Smart home system settings log the logger and protect the home that Sarah owns.
Our state chart. As you can see, the smart home system requires an external call when it comes to contacting emergency personnel. But how does this work in the case of Sarah? Say Sarah has an emergency and that emergency is detected by the smart home system. That emergency will then be sent to the smart home corporation for processing. Once the smart home corporation is able to process that emergency, they will be able to dispatch the appropriate emergency personnel to Sarah's residence. Sarah will be notified when the emergency personnel is on its way. Now on to looking at the consolidated communication diagram. Let's take, for instance, the homeowner that wants to update his or her user credentials. The homeowner will send a request. That request will then be sent in the form of a login request to a user management coordinator. The user management coordinator will validate that request using a user validation service. Once that login request is approved, the user will be able to update his or her credentials through a user account management service. Once his or her credentials have been updated, that update will be confirmed and sent back to the user. In the case of our alternative sequence communication diagram, let's go ahead and see the same example. The homeowner sends a request. That is in the form of a login request. It reaches a user management coordinator. It is sent to the user validation service. The credentials here, however, are denied. Because the credentials have been denied, a user management coordinator will send the denial to a user account management service. The user account management service will not allow the user to update his or her credentials. That account failure will then be sent back to the user. User feedback. User feedback from Sarah during the testing phase has been invaluable. She expressed satisfaction with the system's ease of use and reliability of remote access. Most importantly, she noted how the system has significantly enhanced her sense of security, allowing her to feel more at ease while managing her busy schedule. In conclusion, our smart home security system effectively addresses Sarah's needs by providing a comprehensive solution for managing her home security remotely. The project has significantly enhanced her safety and ultimately improved her overall quality of life. Thank you for your attention, and we welcome any questions or feedback you may have.